Hi, I'm Liz from Yabber Yakka. Thank you for joining me. We're talking about compassion. What is compassion? Compassion is that recognition that we are all the same, that we all suffer, that when we have our needs unmet, that it's painful. And what compassion does is it recognizes that experience in others and it wishes for them to be free from that experience. And it isn't taken down, it doesn't make us feel depressed. What it does do is it makes us feel connected to and energized because we recognize our oneness, our sense of us all being in this together. And it motivates us to want to contribute to the well-being of others in whatever way makes sense for us and for the other person. And even if we can't do anything, and often we can't, is compassion assists and helps others because they recognize that we have recognized and seen and heard what is causing them suffering. And in that process, in that moment, the suffering starts to become alleviated. So compassion is incredibly powerful, incredibly helpful, particularly when we see people with difficult emotional states, particularly things like anger, because we know just how unpleasant that is ourselves to feel like that. Yeah. And if we're not holding on to my view of the world or the way I want things to be or the way I want you to behave in relation to me, we can see just how uncomfortable that feeling is, and we can wish for that other person to be free from that uncomfortable sensation, from that uncomfortable feeling, and so we can be moved, yeah, to support that person in some way, shape, or form. So compassion is incredibly powerful. It prevents us from getting depressed and self-focused and self-interested, and connects us with other people. And of course, connection with other people is the thing that creates the basis on which we get love, which of course is one of the strongest positive emotions that we can have, which of course is why we want it, because it generates positivity in our lives. So I'm hoping that you'll be able to use this understanding of compassion to have a look at people that are experiencing difficult emotions like anger or shame or blame or criticizing you in some way, shape, or form. Recognize how they're just like you, they're just wanting to be free from suffering, and then be able to react in a way that reaches out rather than blocks and becomes defensive. So have a nice time playing with this one. It can be challenging, but I hope you enjoy.